All right. Well, hey, welcome everybody to our November Google User Group meeting. Going to go ahead and pull up the screen share here so we can all be seeing the same thing. This is the agenda that we use to work through in these meetings. And I guess just for a little housekeeping before we get started, just want to make sure everybody is able to get to this agenda. So I see we've got a whole bunch of people inside of the document already. That's fantastic. If you aren't, you'll see that there's a web address there on the screen, google.apps.sparc, spelled SPARCC.org/user group. And that's really the only link you're going to need, because that's going to get you to the page that has all of the resources for our meeting here today. I'll show you what that looks like if I pop over to that page real quick. This is our SPARCC Google resource page. If you scroll down just a little bit, you will see the schedule of all of our user group meetings for last year as well as this year. And next to each one of them, there is a link to the live video, which I assume you're watching right now live with us. And then to the right of that is a link to the agenda. Now, after the meeting's over, we do record these. So there will be a YouTube link on the far right, so you can watch this later or share that recording with somebody else. But the Google Doc link here in the agenda column, that's what's going to get you into this user group agenda for today. So just wanted to make sure that everybody is able to get to that document, because that is one of the ways for us to collaborate during this. Now, we've got people here in person, but a lot of folks are going to be watching this live. We've got a bunch of folks jumping into to view the Hangout live. And for those, we want to hear from you. And so what we've done is we've made this document editable. So basically, as long as you can get into this document, you can type in here, ask questions, share resources. And probably the best way to do that, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see there's a couple of sections further down. One of them is called questions and answers, and another is called show and tell. And so if you have any questions you would like to ask during the Hangout today, just go ahead and type them in the Q&A section. And at the same time, if there's something you'd like to share, we'd love to hear what other people are doing. So maybe just, a cool extension you've come across, or some new feature that we don't discuss, or just a neat way that your school is using Google Apps for Education. Please go ahead and just type that in there. And we'll be sure to talk about that when we get to the Q&A and show and tell portion of the meeting. And if you would actually like to be in the Hangout with us, it's still not too late. I'll just have to keep an eye on my email while we're going through this today. But you can always send me an email at ericcurts@gmail.com. And you can say, hey, I'd actually like to jump in the Hangout and share some things. No problem. I can invite you in. We're actually going to have a guest in here with us in just about 5 or 10 minutes that we're expecting. But if you...
Oh, nice. That sounds awesome.
All right. Well, fantastic. Again, really appreciate you taking some time. I know it's Friday and your day is just finished. You're 2 hours ahead of us, right? So you just finished up with school, and we really appreciate you taking a little bit of time on a Friday to speak with us. But even more than that, I'd say we all appreciate the fact that you share what you've created. And I think, that is so much the way education works. That's just the beauty of people that are teachers. You can tell when somebody's an educator, because whatever we create, we want to give away. We want to share with others. We want to collaborate and work on it with other people. And so thank you for taking all the energy and the knowledge and the experience you have to create something that you have freely given out to the rest of the world, and really makes a big difference.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, and I do love the community, and that's kind of what I got from my first Get Google Summit a couple years ago, is that I need to start sharing more. And so it takes time, but I feel like it's a useful endeavor, and I really enjoyed when people have shared with me. So I think that's, like you said, part of giving back. So,
I think you need to add the word "and more" to the end of GMath.
GMath and more?
With that handwriting feature, it's every subject.
Yeah, it definitely, you're right. I mean, it is more than just a math add-on. I think we're going to see some really creative educators finding neat ways to use this add-on in ways maybe you've never even thought they were going to twist and turn it and use it in some creative way.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have a couple other things that are peeling off of there. That it might break out into its own Docs add-on as well. With, I'd love to. Almost got it down where it's a collaborative handwriting thing, so that would be fun to have collaborative handwriting in the Google Doc. So it's not ready for prime time yet, so you guys can get a little preview.
Well, please keep us in the loop, and like I said, just give me whatever info you want me to share in the agenda as far as the trusted tester stuff, and I'll do that. But again, thank you so very much for being with us today. We definitely appreciate it.
Great, thanks. Sorry I got to go.
Nope, you're fine. You're fine. Thanks so much. All right, take care, man.
All right, thanks.
All right, so.
Use it for all sorts of things now.
All right, so again, apologize for the connectivity issues. While John was talking there, I've been jumping back and forth. I've received about 3 emails from people saying the video's starting, it's stopping, it's freezing. So I'm afraid we may be having some connectivity issues today. Don't know where the issue might be at along the line. So if you lost some of those things, if you didn't see some of that, I truly hope we're going to find out that it's been getting recorded to YouTube the entire time. So you may just need to go back later and replay stuff you might have missed. Definitely what John shared is worth hearing. It's a great tool. Really excited that he could be with us today to talk about some of the updates to GMath. And it does look like we have Lucinda joining us as well. I see her down in the bottom there. I don't want to put you on the spot, but if at any point you would like to, no mic, that's fine. But if at any point you would like to, chime in any way, definitely feel free to. But and again, that is a definitely open invitation to anybody watching who would like to be in the Hangout. Oh, and now Amy's joining us. Fantastic. So, all right, Amy's here too. So it's great to have you in the Hangout as well. Feel free to share anything. We're going to move into our What's New in Google part of this, and so as we're going through there, if there's something you want to add to it, just interrupt me at any point. Same for the folks here in the room. Just stop me and share some things, and we'll be good. All right, Amy, since you're from the outside world, you're saying we were having some video problems. The video was not coming through.
Yeah, we were having some problems, and I refreshed it a couple times, and we had our little spinning wheel, and so it seems like everything is back up to date now. You can click through the little dots at the bottom and get to where you are in the video.
All right, yeah. All right, no problem. Well, very good. And for those who's wondering whose voice that was, Amy, do you want to introduce yourself real quickly, just so people can at least know who you are?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am Amy Hollingsworth. I'm with the Massillon City School Districts, and I'm a former biologist turned technology integration specialist, and I am a lifelong learner.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. And again, share however you would like to and interrupt at any point throughout this. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen and we'll jump back over to our agenda that we have been working through here today. All right. So let me get that back up on the screen for everybody. All right. Excellent. So where we kind of left off there was we were talking about joining our user groups, and so just as always, just want to let people know we do have a local SPARCC user group as well as a GEG Ohio group. You don't have to be in our area to join these. Anybody is welcome to join those, but at the same time there are GEGs all over the country and all over the world. So if you're from a different state, you probably have a Google Educator group for your state as well, and you certainly can join their community. But hey, feel free to join ours too. We're glad to have you here with us. All right, let's keep on heading down the line. So upcoming events. We do try to produce webinars. And we try to do about 2 to 3, sometimes we've gotten up to 4 webinars a month. It just depends upon what the schedule is like for that month. But recently we've put in our webinars for December. I'm going to be doing one on creating comic strips with Google Slides, something I presented in the past at some different conferences, and just wanted to share that as a webinar, a great creative way of using Google Slides to make collaborative, animated online comic strips. A really good option for kids when they are creating products in school. And then Anthony, you're going to be doing one on Google Drive, right?
Yes, more than you ever wanted to know about Google Drive. I started out as a 2-page handout. I think it's about 17 pages long now.
Excellent, but it's still just going to be a 1-hour webinar, so he'll find a way to squeeze it all in. Okay, so those webinars are coming up in December the 15th and 17th. If you want to see any of our previous webinars, you can follow the link here, and you'll see we've got about 20-some different webinars that we've put out there, and those are all freely available for anybody that would like to use those. In addition to those upcoming events, our December user group meeting, just want to make sure everybody's aware, it's back to our normal time, which is 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It'll be December 18th, that Friday. And we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a prep for this one because it's the end of the year. We're going to do the same thing we did last year. We're going to have our, this should be our 2016 predictions. There, we'll fix that. We're going to have you guys let us know between now and then what you predict is going to happen in Google Apps over the next year. Now, we did this last year, and we're going to have to see how well we predict it. Okay, so we will go through the predictions from last December. I think I actually fared pretty well, didn't I, Anthony? I think I did pretty good on that. But if you follow this link, it'll take you out to the form to share your 2016 predictions. And so all you have to do is type in what you think is going to happen in Google Apps, so maybe new features, new products, changes, things like that. Optionally, you can put your name in there as well. And we're going to collect together predictions from everybody, and then Anthony and I will also kind of cook up our own predictions, and that'll be a big chunk of our December meeting, is looking forward to what we think 2016 is going to bring to us. So definitely feel free to sign up for that user group meeting through the event link, but also we'd love to hear from you about what you predict for that year. For next year. All right. Before we jump into what's new in Google Apps, does anybody else have anything coming up we need to be aware of? Any events or whatever? All right. Sounds good. All right. Let's talk about what happened in the last month with Google Apps.
Did we lose Eric again?
Oh, is our audio back now? All right, there we go. Looks like the audio is back. Thank you for letting me know that the audio is back. Yes, we did lose audio there as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's back now. We're having quite a day of technical difficulties here, but we will soldier through. We will make it. So apologize if that audio cut out there, but it looks like it is back now. Thank you for everybody who's so quick to let me know. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Let's keep heading down the line here now. Next thing to chat about is Google Calendar now has the ability to restore deleted events. Now this is one that people have asked about for a long time. So if I go to my Google Calendar, so I'll come over here and I'll fire up Google Calendar, and if I create an event and then I delete it, I now have the ability to bring it back. So I'll just come in here and throw in a test event. Let's create that. So there we go. We have a test event today at 3:30. If I now come here to this test event and I delete it, in the past that would be it. It would be gone. We would no longer have the ability to get back to that event. Well, with this update that we now have, we are able to go in and to your calendars, and there'll be a trash option if you click the little down arrow to the right of a calendar, and it will show you any items that have been trashed. So if I come back here to my calendar here and I click on the little down arrow to the right of it, you will see in the pop-up menu trash is now an option. So if I come here, it'll show me anything that's been trashed recently, and I could say, oh, I did not mean to delete that test event. I can go ahead and restore my selected event and go back to my calendar, and there it is. It is now back on my calendar again. So that functions just like Gmail and Drive. Anything you delete is there for 30 days for sure. Now, it may be there longer than that. I've seen emails and Drive files that seem to live a lot longer than 30 days, but for sure you've got 30 days in which you can go back in and restore that. So I thought that was really great. That's something people have been asking about for a while. All right. Next down, last time we talked about Google Cardboard and how you can use that as a virtual reality viewer. Just a quick little note that YouTube is adding more content now that works well with Google Cardboard. And so if you are using Google Cardboard, if you're playing around with that, just be aware YouTube now supports VR video and has a whole lot more content for 360-degree videos and 3D videos that you can watch on your phone inside of Google Cardboard. So good to see that is growing. Speaking of Google Cardboard, that is part of the Expeditions program where Google allows you to sign up and have a class set of Google Cardboard devices. Well, they're a little fancier than cardboard. They're actually kind of plastic, it looks like, but it's the same sort of idea. You get the VR system, a whole class set of those coming to your classroom, and you can then have your kids go on an expedition, and they've got hundreds of expeditions they've created, whether you're going to visit a different country, a rainforest, go down to Antarctica, 120 tours of famous places that your students can go through, and you as the teacher can use an app on the tablet to control their progress through that, so they can't move forward until you move them forward through the different sites that they're going to be seeing. Well, the good news is they're expanding their Pioneer program. When they first started out, they picked just a few cities around the world to try this out in, and now they are expanding it, and I was happy to see that Ohio is on the list. Cincinnati has shown up as being one of the cities that will be on the Pioneer program to be able to try out the expeditions. We're a little ways away from Cincinnati, unfortunately, about 4 hours away, but I was still really glad to see that they are getting more cities involved in this, and hopefully as they work out all the bugs and test everything out, eventually it'll be available to everybody. But if you're in the Cincinnati area and you get to try this out, we would love to hear from you, or anybody who's tried it out. Maybe let us know in a future Google User Group meeting if you'd like to jump in and share your experiences with how that went.